everyone here to the Smash Sport Show right here on Smash FM, here on Lockdown Saturday here in Melbourne. Of course, let's go up to our friends up in the nation's capital and speak with the defending champions in that competition right now. Of course, they are cruising along undefeated as well, and they've been smashing their opponents by over 10 goals or more in the last couple of weeks. And of course, we got our two ambassadors out there in Canberra. Of course, their names Amber and Jackie. They both join us right now. Thanks both for joining us.
Thanks for having us. It's been a while since I've seen you.
The title defence is doing pretty well at the moment, as I mentioned. At the top of the ladder, it seems like no one's really touching your team at all, because all the results I've seen, you've been smashing everyone by 10 goals at the moment. I guess this must be the perfect start of the season.
Well, it hasn't been perfect. Most of the games that we have played, we have done quite well, but we did actually come up against Queanbeyan in round 3, and they beat us by, I think it was 4 goals. So that wasn't great, but we've just we know how we wanted to play. I think a lot of the girls were very nervous coming off the back of a premiership, so it was more just like our coach likes to say we are the hunted now, and I think we put a lot of pressure on ourselves that we needed to live up to that standard, and we just kind of got a bit nervous and a bit stressed when we would get around the footy, and so that game was a bit disappointing, but the rest of the games have been great, and it's been really awesome to debut, I think, 5 or 6 new girls into our side, and then the results over the last few games have just been great. So yeah.
You got a game this weekend. I guess how's the preparations like towards that game this weekend? Well, it might be today, isn't it?
Today.
Yeah. About 5 hours away.
Yeah.
It's been good. We've had a bit of a mixed up week, I guess, because we had a public holiday on Monday, so a few girls are away, and Thursday the ground was a bit wet, so we weren't able to train. I think, like Amber said, we've had a good couple of games under the belt the past couple of weeks. Momentum's really building. A bunch of new girls coming to the squad, so I think everyone's feeling really good. We'll get a good win today, I think.
No, we've summed it up pretty well. I'm today's game, looking forward to having a few of the girls who were out last week back in, and just really working on our structures and a lot of our midfield work. That's kind of been the part that we've needed to really start focusing on. We're a very talented side, but we definitely need to start working on structure in the midfield more and our communication, because we have a lot of different girls coming into that midfield rotation that didn't play in their last year. So this will be a really good game to work on that. Yeah.
Now, I'm assuming your challenges to that premiership is Queanbeyan, because they've the only team to beat is this year. Is there any other team that's going to be close to challenging both your teams?
Eastlake is a very competitive side. When we played them a few weeks ago, they were missing a lot of their top enders, and they also had a couple of injuries go down early in the game. So that the girls who were out of that side are in this rep team that Whip and I are in, and really damaging players, like massive kicks that could easily put a couple goals on us. That were the difference the last time we played them. So I'm definitely curious to see how we go against them after the June long weekend. That'll be a really good gauge if they do have their players back in, to see how we match up against them.
Well, just mentioned about that, Amber, about both of you being part of the rep team there at the AFL Canberra. What does that mean to both of you?
For me, this is the first rep game I'll be playing in or been involved in. So pretty exciting. It's probably one of the final things that I was kind of hoping to achieve with footy, I guess, is to be kind of recognised at that level. So that was pretty cool. But the experience over the past couple of weeks, we've had a bunch of training sessions, and just the talent and the intensity and everything that we've had at those sessions is like insane. It's so exciting. And the coaching as well, just being exposed to a few different coaches that are really experienced coaches as well. It's been a really cool experience and really grateful for it.
I was a bit of a late call up. I've only been to one training session, but I'm really excited for it. Playing against all these girls is always great, but getting to play with them is going to be even better. And so not having to worry about this girl going to kick the ball 50 meters over my head or deck me in a contest. It's going to be like really great. It's awesome having played against them for years, so already knowing what their strengths are on the field and just being able to use them to your own advantage this time instead of trying to stop it. It's going to be awesome, and I'm really excited to see how we go against the side down in Wagga. It's going to be an exciting game.
So you mentioned about the team that you're versing in the rep. So is that game in Canberra or in Wagga?
In Wagga.
That's in Wagga.
Yeah, that's next weekend.
Are you like going to Wagga together as a team, or like are you all like driving your way to Wagga?
I'll be making my way up there by myself. I think everyone's making their way there, so there's not going to be any like bus there and back, which is disappointing because it seems like we'll be making our way there and back. But yeah.
So you mentioned about the players are in that rep team, and especially most of you would have versed against so far this year or in the past seasons. How difficult would it be initially to play with each other on the same rep team, knowing that the week after that you're going to be probably versing against them again? How strange would that be initially?
I think like somehow we've all gelled really well. And we've put the club stuff aside for the moment, kind of we're focusing on working together at those training sessions and for the game. But I think it'll be fun off the back of it going to our club games again, having a bit of a relationship with some of the girls and a bit of banter, hopefully. And yeah, I think it'll be really good for the comp.
How many of the girls in your team at Belconnen are in the rep team? And you might as well tell us who they are as well.
Sorry, it's like an even spread across AFL Canberra. I think it was 4 from each team originally, and then there was one that got hurt, and so I came in for Belconnen. But so heading away will be Whip, Maggie Gorham, Maddie Dwyer, and Natasha Mackay, as well as myself. So that it's good that we have an extra Belconnen. This is an extra on the field that we know how we play together, so that'll be good. But, they're all amazing players and really deserving to be in that side. Tash Mackay was our best and fairest last year for our club. Maggie Gorham's been league best and fairest and was the Giants' #1 draft pick 2 years ago. And then Maddie Dwyer was Div 2 best and fairest for the Juggernauts they're in the Div 2 competition, and she wanted the opportunity to come play Div 1 women's footy. So she moved over to us last year, and been the best decision she's made because she's just like, she was one of the reasons we won grand final last year. She's just an amazing player, and all those girls, including Whip, are so deserving to be in the side. So it's going to be great.
And I'm pretty sure the Juggernauts actually won the premiership last year as well, in Div 2 as well.
Yeah, that's right.
For everyone who missed out on the last interview that we had both on the show, how did both of you get involved in footy and why did you choose it?
For me, it's a bit of an embarrassing story. I was dating a boy that played for the footy club, and thought I'd get involved, kind of thing, because I saw the good experience he was having. And then we broke up and I stuck around. Probably hates it.
And I think I was in year 8 or something, just like playing school footy, just because my sister and I have always just done any kind of sport we could. And anytime there was an opportunity to have a day off school, we would do that. So we would sign up for every sports team. And then footy was just one of them. And then it ended up being like, oh, you're pretty good at this. And so one of my friends was already playing for Ainsley Football Club in the under 18s competition, because that's all that was there for girls. So we were 14, and then just started playing at Ainsley. And then when I got into the women's age group, because I live in Belconnen, I just moved over to Belconnen and have been there ever since. And so it just happened from wanting a day off school, and then here I am 10 years later.
So, Jackie, I need to ask you that question based on that response. Is the person that that got you involved in footy, are they still at the club playing?
Yes. Yeah. He is one of the vice captains of the senior men's squad at the moment. Yeah.
So I need to now, obviously, Amber, you do have a sister that plays for the team as well. Tell us how she's gone this year.
Yeah, good. She's good. She's just like a little hard, like she's skinny, but she's strong, and she's just kind of the one where she's real fit, and you just kind of like, if you're tired, but you want someone to do the work, it's just kind of like, keep going, Zoe, keep going, like second, third, fourth effort. And she's just like, I think so. Her and her boyfriend watched a game, Ainsley game a few weeks ago, and he did my stats, her stats, and his sister's stats, who also plays in the team, Natasha Mackay. And I think she ended up with something like 26 touches in that game, which was pretty impressive. But that's just more like, just keep going. Like, I'm there dying, and she's the one where you get her to do the work, and then you like, nice outside handball off it or finish off with a goal. But she's just a little nut, and she's got that kind of white line fever where she's lovely off the field. Well, in front of people, not so much at home. But then when she it's just like, no, anyone in her way is just like, get out of there, I'm going to win that footy. And she does. And so it's great playing around her, because you just trust that I don't need to go in there, because she's going to get the footy out to us. And I think Whip and I really read quite well off that. We're a good little team, the three of us. But so she's been going all right.
So, Amber, I need to ask you this one. You mentioned about how many touches your sister got that game. How many did you get that game?
I had 16. But
That's not too bad.
He was just getting back to me. But it's not about I'll say it's not about how many you get, it's what you do with it.
Correct. Agree with that.
Yeah. So we work well together. So I'm happy with, she's the one that's in and getting the footy, and I'm happy being the one getting it down the field. And Whip's kind of the one that we work well together with to figure that out. It's usually me out to Whip, or Whip out to me from Zoe getting it off the ground. So she's going all right. I'm excited to see how she goes the rest of the season.
Now, I know that both of you are midfielders by some of those last three responses already. If you had a preferred position where you love to convince your coaches to put you, where would that be? And here's your chance now, before 5 hours before the game.
Oh, we did this last time, and I said forward because I was leading goal kicker halfway through a season when our key forward did our ACL. And then Bobby, my coach, actually put me in the forward at the start of this year, and I've sucked. So I don't know if it's because I'm playing half forward and I was playing full forward where I was kicking goals, but it's something about bloody having to read the flight of the ball coming in instead of just going forward at it that I just cannot figure out. And yeah, he's moved me back into a backline mid-rotation. So yeah. So I'm gonna say full forward specifically. Somewhere where I'm going at the footy. We don't rock. Like
Yeah, I actually had the same experience. So I think on this last time I said I'd like to play on the wing, and you put me on the wing. And I sucked as well. So I've gone back to mid half forward, and I quite enjoyed that. I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, it's good. Just not.
Yeah, pretty funny. Pretty funny.
Yeah,
we gave it a shot.
Well, at least your coaches actually listened to you to the last interview then and put you in the position that you wanted.
Yeah, that was good. While it lasted. Yeah.
Now what does the sport of football mean to both of you, and especially playing for Belconnen?
What it means to me at the moment is it's a bit of a family away from my family. I don't have much family here in Canberra, so it's so nice a couple of times a week to be around all these people that I'm like so comfortable with, because on the weekends you're probably getting lined up in the mud against some kind of thing and getting smashed at them. So you build such good relationships. So it's kind of a family here in Canberra for me, and especially in Belconnen, I think that's really brought that to life, and I think that's something that we do really well. So yeah.
Yeah, I just love the girls. Hey, it's just it really is just like we're sisters who get to go out there. Last night, it was Whip's birthday 2 days ago, and we went over to Whip's who rooms with another one of the girls who plays footy with us, and we all bought like our dogs and had a party night and had some sticky date pudding quietly, and just like it was just so lovely. It was just like our sisters and our like just we're together and it's easy. We hang around, watch a bit of the footy, just kind of keeping each other updated on how our week's been, because we hadn't really seen each other with the ovals being shut. And it's just so exciting. We get to go and watch the Twos girls play today, and we support them. Then they come to our game later in the day and watch us. Like footy's just opened so many doors for so many friendships and so many opportunities. For me personally, even just with coaching opportunities and leadership skills that I've learned from that have been able to help me develop into my work, even working at the courts now, just people skills, dealing with confronting people at work. It's just, you're in a high pressure situation. If you don't get the footy, you're going to get hurt. If you're not doing your role, you're not doing your one part, someone that you love is probably going to get hurt or something like that. And it's just like, I want to protect you. I trust you to protect me. And it's just, we're a little family and I love it.
Now, what would be your advice to people out there, especially in Canberra, that should come to the defending champions to play the sport of football?
Do it. We will love you just as much as we love everyone else at the club. Just, it doesn't matter what your skills are, we'll find a spot for you. That's the best part about footy. Every single different type of person has a spot on that field, whether it's as a manager, as a runner, as a coach, as a ruck. If you're 40 foot tall, if you want to try ruck, you can. But it's just, there's always a spot for someone, and if everyone works together, we're always going to be able to utilize your strengths. And and then weekends are pretty good. Head back to the club, have a couple celebratory drinks, and then we sometimes end up in Mooseheads. Got a karaoke night tonight. Like, we just, it's just the girls. Like, have a bit of fun.
I feel like you said it pretty well. There's a spot for everyone, regardless of like your skills and how involved you want to be and how social you want to be, kind of thing. Like, got a range of things, but I think we do it all well.
I have to say happy birthday to you, Jackie. I didn't forget. I didn't forget, but happy birthday for the other day as well. Now, let's finish off a couple of lighthearted questions about your teammates this year. Firstly, who had the most embarrassing moments on the field this season, and what was it?
I've seen some pretty funny Falcons.
Yeah, maybe Shay.
Yeah, Shay's a couple. Was it last week?
I think it was last week.
Yeah, the ball was just coming in. I just watched it go all the way across and just smacked her in the face, and I could not help but laughing. I didn't even think about like, oh, that's just come off her face into me. Like, and then by the end of the game, her face, this whole half her face was like swollen. And she's talking around like, so that was a pretty good one. Yeah, that was a pretty good one. That I remember. There is some funny ones that happen, but they're always topped up by what happened last week, I reckon. We do have a Goose of the Week that it's like a jersey that we have. They have like a bright pink jersey, and we nominate at the start of the week who the goose is. Like, sometimes it's our coaches, sometimes it's players, sometimes it's the runner. It doesn't matter if they did something that was worthy of it. Like almost all your kit in the change rooms, and then heading home. That's a tick for Goose of the Week. So yeah, it's just some of the ones have been pretty funny. Like one girl, the light on her car, even just going to the game, the light of her car, the door light, you know, when it says one of the doors are open. Yeah, that was on, and they were checking their doors, and you know how you just open the door and shut it?
Yeah.
He opened the door, got out of the car, shut the door, so it was out of the car. And then it was like, yeah, was that it? It's like, yeah, well, now you got to get back in the car, Maddie. Like, so that deserved a nomination for good. Yeah, so it's not so much what happens on the field, but off the field, like, yeah. But yeah, the girls are funny.
Sounds like you can't even escape it even after you finish at the footy.
Yeah, definitely.
So who's the Goose of the Week this week?
I think it was Shay for the Falcon, wasn't it?
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
She definitely did.
It's pretty funny.
She'd be the only person that it would happen to. It could happen to every person in the one game, and we would still say Shay. Yeah. So, yeah.
So here's the comedian, the best singer, the best dancer, and into their TikToks.
That'd pretty much be all Tora. Oh, the best singer you have to be Tora.
For sure.
Best dancer you'd probably
always yeah. So we've got one girl, Tora, is a bit of a, I don't know what you call her. A lot of energy, like, massive extrovert, like performer kind of thing. And she's all of the above. She's,
like her dogs are her life. Like, Zara loves a lot of TikTok. Like getting ripped tonight. Stuff. I don't know. I'm way too old to be. Maybe Tora. I mean, maybe Zara. Would you go with that? Yeah, Zara probably.
Yeah.
And then
there's a few.
Yeah, we're all pretty
Maggie
funny.
Gorham can be funny, yeah.
She's a bit of a crack up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd probably have to go with Maggie. She's the one that like won't shut up at training. So laughing, like doing something just to like always he was like, oh Skippy, this, that, like, like Maggie, stop. Like, yeah, yeah. So I'd go with Mags.
Yeah, she's a good one.
Yeah.
Now, considering we're on game day at the moment, before your game in about 4 hours time, or a bit of 4.5 hours time. So what is your pre-game superstition or ritual?
I have so many things that I like have to do. So the night before I have to like stretch and roll out my body and drink a Powerade. And then the morning of I have like avocado and toast and a banana. And then I have like a couple of coffees and I'll have a Red Bull and yeah, a couple of things.
Before we go to Amber, have you done all those already?
Yeah, I'm on my second coffee. I've had brekkie.
Last night walking around with it, red.
Yeah, I had a Powerade, yeah. Went for a stretch. I just need a Red Bull in a couple of hours and then I'll be good.
And yeah, I don't really have any kind of superstition. I don't really like to eat before a game. Mom's usually trying to like shove something down my throat, but it just makes me feel like slow. I feel like I don't know. I feel like I play better when
Heavy, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I play better when I'm, I don't know, empty. But yeah, but there's nothing like my sister's boyfriend has something like he has to wear the same undies, he has to double sock, he has to do everything like that. But like I went out to warm up last week in a new pair of boots and then warmed up and then changed back to my old ones because I didn't wear them. Like I don't really care about that so much. I just, yeah, like I feel like personally, I feel like if there's less routine, there's less pressure to have to play well. Like if I can't do something like that, then I'm not thinking, oh, well, I haven't had this or done that.
That's cool.
I'm not going to be able to play well. It's just more like, well, just get the ball and do something good. Like, I try to keep it pretty simple. Yeah. So that's, yeah.
Now, we'll finish up with this last three questions. The first one is, where's the Premiership Cup at the moment? Is it? Emma's still got
it. You're kidding.
I don't know what to do with it. I said, where should we put it? And no, like we don't really have anywhere to put it at the club. Like, so honestly, it's just been sitting above our TV at home. So here it is, Premiership. Yeah,
so good.
Yeah, Mum cleaned it after Monday. But yeah, it's getting a bit dusty up on the shelf. In prime position though, not hidden. It's literally Premiership
the
Cup.
center of your lounge room, yeah.
Someone who comes over like, have you seen? Anyway, so yeah, that's where that is. I'll put that. Oh, okay, video.
No, just keep it there. So Amber, has the club ever asked for it back?
I've told them multiple times that I have it still. So I said, what do you want done with it? Like, but we just don't really have a place to put it. It's massive. We do have a cabinet, but it doesn't really fit in there at the nest. But I think it's in safe keepings with me. Like,
it's lasted this long.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's going all right. Yeah. But yeah, no, they haven't personally come up and said we want it back.
The last two, which is how special is to be a ambassador for Smash FM for both of you?
Pretty cool. Very cool. something that like I always wanted was like a player sponsorship kind of thing. And then like we started talking and built a good relationship. It makes it even more special, I guess, to have someone that is pretty down to earth and you can get along with and have a casual chat with kind of thing. And he's genuinely interested in how we go and stuff. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I love it. I've had a few people going, oh, how was that interview? And it's like, yeah, Will from Smash FM. Like at the moment he's in lockdown, just kind of like, it's awesome. Just getting to give people a bit of information about Smash FM as well. And like, I'm so grateful that I do have a player sponsor now. And I'm so, like, now like coming out of school and really starting to actually, you know, like have bills and stuff like that to pay. It is hard having to find the extra expenses for footy rego and footy boots and everything like that. So I'm so grateful that you've been able to help me out in that way, and I can like giving back and helping wherever I can, and just, yeah, like you're a great guy, and it's awesome and I love it. And yeah, I'm stoked to have Smash FM as our as my player sponsor this year. Yeah, and hoping to continue it forward.
And we'll finish up with this one last one, which is how special is to be our ambassadors together?
The best. I love Whip. It's like, you know, like Zoe's my sister, but like, you know, like Whip's the best. It's so awesome that we get to, like, we're in this group together and we get to chat about it together, and I get to do these interviews with her, and it's just like, it's an added bonus. Like being an ambassador for Smash FM is great, but getting to do it with someone that like is the best and one of my closest friends is way better. So yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I like absolutely 100% agree. Like Amber's one of the people on the team that I'm probably closest with, and I think we have a lot of these chats probably in the background about footy and how we're going and players and stuff like that. But for you to kind of like facilitate it with us, I think, and for us to share it with people via Zoom and stuff is pretty cool as well. So yeah, it's awesome.
Well, we love both of you. You are definitely our favourite Canberra footy players, and we are so glad we've actually sponsored both of you this season. And we can't wait to come up to Canberra eventually after this stupid lockdown down here in Melbourne, but to get to meet both of you in person. And thanks so much for joining us. Best of luck today, and let's hope that winning streak can keep rolling on in the 2021 season, and hopefully you can come up against Queanbeyan and hopefully to re-snatch that top spot off them.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thanks so much for having me.
Good.
It's been great.
No worries. And
Thanks,
that's Amber and Jackie there, joins from the Belconnen Football Club. And of course, if you want to get involved down there with the Magpies, of course, we'll put all the details up on how you can go about it and supporting the team down there at Belconnen in the 2021 season. There's more on the Smash Sport Show right after this. Don't go away here on the 10th year celebration.